drops. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby.
Then I saw on social media that my friend Denise was promoting this book where she is narrating the story on Audible. So I thought, I'm going to buy the book, of course, to support and listen to it. After listening to the story, I thought, oh my God, this is the book I've been waiting for to do a family dinner episode. As you guys know, Lila, the main character, moves to Shady Palms. She moves back home to Shady Palms, Illinois, to help her Tita Rosie's failing restaurant, right? And amid all of that pressure, a man is murdered in her family's restaurant. And guess who's being blamed for the crime?
Lila.
So, of course, it's a cozy mystery. It's just like, it was one of those books, like, I did love the idea of, like, curling up in bed and just, like, reading it. It leaves you at the edge of your seat. And there's also hints of comedy and romance as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I liked the book. But how did you guys feel about the book?
I liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I haven't read a murder mystery. Like, I don't even remember if I've ever read a murder mystery. So this was kind of like different from what I usually read, which is nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I really liked the book too, and I don't read hardly ever. So
You got 3 kids.
Yeah, I
When do you
know.
ever have time to read?
Well, your friends,
Denise.
yeah, she narrated it. So
She did such a great job.
She was
did.
amazing.
She did
Yeah.
such
spot
a great
on.
job
Yeah.
telling the story.
Even her fob
Such a
accent
compelling.
Yes.
was like
Yeah.
great.
Fob
was
accent
laughing.
was
Yes,
on point.
on point.
It was on point.
I know, and it's also so relatable because we are Filipino.
Yeah.
That's what I
and
liked about it too.
The aunties and
all the
you know,
titas,
yeah.
the
Filipino
food,
food.
the lingo.
Yes, the lingo.
It felt so good to listen to a book like that and just feel like I knew these people.
Yeah,
Right.
Like, I was related to
Yeah,
them.
all the questions they would ask, all the little things they would say. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Like for
Yes.
real
Yes.
in life. Yeah.
In real life, yeah, I've heard in the past.
It's like borderline toxic, but then like, but it's out of love.
Yeah,
Out of love.
It's that, like a weird way of being like
Of showing.
affectionate and like love.
Because even if they're just like, oh, you're like,
They like
you're
pinch your
gaining-
arms and they're
you're
like,
gaining
"You're
weight.
gaining weight."
And it's like, yes, I'm stressed.
Like
Yeah,
I
like-
know you don't have to point it out.
Like, I already know, but to them, they're like, no, I'm letting you know because I love you and I care about
Yes.
you.
Right, and it's probably what other people are thinking, but they're
Yeah.
not going to
Say it.
Yeah.
But I'm your family, so,
So
I'm gonna
gonna
tell you.
Yeah.
Which
Tell you
that's
the
just
truth.
how Filipinos are.
blunt.
So blunt,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I'm so glad you guys enjoyed
Yeah.
it. The book highlights that for the Macapagal family, a plate of food isn't just a plate of food. It symbolizes so much more. So, what does food mean to you and your family?
I used to love cooking. And now that I have like 3 kids, it really has become like a chore for me. So I don't enjoy it as much. So I guess for me, it doesn't like mean anything too much.
Like it meant more when you were younger.
Yes, younger. Like us growing up, like it's
Yeah.
not like a brings us all together when we're eating because I just like make whatever.
Yeah, you're just like,
whip up
here,
something.
You're
you
eating whatever
you
you
need to
eat.
You're gonna eat
eat.
whatever I
Yeah.
make.
So I don't really put that much like thought into my cooking as I used to, which
Yeah.
is sad.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I mean, no, it's just a
Yeah.
part of life.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
and obviously interests change.
Yeah.
Right? You're not into the same things you were into a couple of years ago. And now
Yeah.
that you have 3 kids, it's just like trying to get them fed.
Yeah.
I think for me, I love cooking, although I don't think I'm the best cook. So
You just
I could,
enjoy
I just
the
enjoy that
act of
food
cooking.
does bring
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
together, but I do lack the natural cook. Like I don't. David's more like
David.
that.
Yeah.
He's more of the natural
He's
cook.
the chef
So I'm always
in
like,
your house.
coming up with ideas, and then he makes
makes
it,
it,
and
and
then
you're like,
I'll like do the dessert or
Yeah.
like bake something.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
really good at baking.
Yeah, you love cooking.
I
You
love
see, we went
it.
from like
Natural.
not
Not at
loving
all.
it. I love it but I'm not a cook. And you're like,
You
I love it. And you're a cook.
Yeah,
Like
because you're
food,
natural.
yeah, food has just like always been such a huge part of my life. Like
Yeah.
especially growing up like as the only child. So I feel like my mom would just make all this food just for me to eat. And then she always made it a point to tell me like it's important to like learn to cook our Filipino food.
Yeah.
So you can cook it for like your kids,
family, yeah.
right, when you get older. And so I think I just really appreciated cooking in that way. And then like since I'm an only child, I had to like move out here on my own. I had to cook myself dinner. So I think that's why like I love cooking
it.
so much is because like I had to do it like for myself. Like no one else was gonna feed me.
Yeah. No, you're
so-
good at it, so.
You are a natural cook.
You are.
That's kind of why we do these family dinner
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah,
Like
it
food does the family dinners bring us
Us
together.
together, yeah.
It makes it fun too.
In the Filipino culture, food means more than just sustenance. It is a form of expression and an essential part of the culture. It is a celebration, an event, it's home cooking and it's comfort. We love to celebrate, which with food and family being so intrinsically linked in the Filipino culture, that makes food our perfect medium for celebrating whatever we've got going on. Today, we'll be showing you how to make turon. I like to describe it as a banana lumpia, but others might compare it to an egg roll or spring roll that's filled with plantains. Turon is one of the most popular desserts in the Philippines because it can be eaten as a snack, paired with coffee, or you can have it for breakfast. It's super easy to make. All you need is some ripe plantains, brown sugar, water, vegetable or canola oil, and a spring roll or lumpia wrap. First off, you'll want to peel away the skin from the plantain before slicing into them. I like mine about 1 inch wide. Next, place a cup of brown sugar in a bowl, enough to coat your strips of plantains. Place the wrapping paper diamond-shaped in front of you. Take the bottom corner and fold upward over the plantain. Next, dip your fingers into a small bowl of water and lightly wet the 2 corners on the outer sides. Then, take those 2 corners and fold them over to meet in the middle. Lastly, wet the top corner of the paper and then roll the plantain like so.
'Cause I love you, baby. No. Can't let you go. 'Cause I love you.
Heat up your oil on medium heat until hot. Then fry these pieces of goodness until golden brown. Drain onto a paper towel to keep their crispiness intact and remove any excess oil at this time. The key to good turon is crunch.
Crunch.
Can't let you go. Can't let you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Running good. Excellent. Excellent.
It's so good. This next portion of the video contains spoilers, so if you haven't read the book and don't like spoilers, thanks for stopping by and be sure to give this video a thumbs up.
Lila comes back home to Shady Palms to help her auntie's restaurant. Lila expresses how family responsibility is something that she struggles with. Can you relate?
I can totally relate to
Oh
that.
my gosh.
See, me, I don't feel that responsibility from our family, but maybe because I'm like the baby of the
You're
family.
the baby.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
you obviously
I'm
feel
the
opposite.
oldest.
Yeah.
And I was told growing up, when we would fight, when we were kids, my mom would be like, when you're older, you only have each other.
Yeah.
Like that's all
Putting that on you
that's
when
all
you're a
you
little
have.
kid.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, that's all you have is each other. So the way that your guys fighting, you know, like I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to diffuse, but then she's putting so much pressure, like
On you
that
and
responsibility.
the responsibility.
And even as an adult, when you moved to Wyoming, and like when I was living here, and it was just us two, I feel like that was also a lot of pressure to like help take care of the family. From a very young age, I felt that kind of pressure. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a
Right.
bad thing,
Yeah.
but I do like that. And I have like this close relationship with you and even like our parents. You're the only
I'm
child.
the only child, so like I
Pressure's like only on
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, I experienced like a different sort of pressure.
Oh, okay.
It was more like you need to take care of yourself and kind of like you need to protect yourself. Like I feel like that pressure made me into the like independent person that I am now. I think it was more like them being scared of like what could happen to me in the world. So they're always like drilling it into my head, like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to watch how you say this and do that, because like once you leave the nest, like it's just you out there.
I feel like they just do such a great job with like creating independent women.
Right. I appreciate it now.
Yeah.
Back then I was just like, oh my gosh, stop nagging me.
Yes,
like,
stop nagging me.
You're putting so much pressure on me. Like, I don't like this. But now that I'm older, I'm like, yes, thank you for doing that, because I'm on my shit. Derek did many things, but he was trying to atone for some of them before his death. Were you guys expecting that?
Oh, hell no, I wasn't. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like the whole time I just thought he was a dick.
It was great that he was atoning for some of the things that he did. But what I didn't like was the fact that, no, you're actually still a crappy person because the girl that he was dating had a drug overdose.
Yeah.
Because that happened, okay, you're trying to get out of the drug game. You're trying to get out of that circle.
Right.
But then you go off and start ripping off
I
restaurants.
know. Like, you're scamming and
hello, what happened to atoning?
You're canceling out.
You're still doing something
True.
bad.
Yeah, right.
Like,
No,
that's
you did it
still
right.
not right.
Yeah.
Like, you're ruining people's lives.
Right.
You may not
That
be
was
killing them, but
But now you're ruining them.
Yeah, that's true.
I think with him towards the end, and learning that about him, that he was atoning, it humanized him. Because you do think for the most part of the book that he's just a dick.
Bad person.
Like,
Yeah.
Lila, why were you dating him?
I know, that like puzzled me so much. I'm like, what did you even see in him?
Yeah.
But you know what it is? It's when you're young and stupid.
Yeah, and there's always
swear.
that one.
Because, we've all done it.
Yeah.
I think about, like, high school, like, young, I'm like, ooh, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
What did I
Because he
see
was
in-
not.
Yeah.
What did I see? Because it's like you're in love with the, when you're young, you're in love with the idea of having a boyfriend.
Right.
Yeah. Lila doesn't see herself staying in Shady Palms, but then changes her mind to open a cafe with Adina. Do you think Lila will be happy in the long run?
At first, she was so set on like not liking Shady Palms because she had that perspective that like it was her same high school like town and nothing has changed. But once she got to talk to like Amir and like find out what happened with like Adina and everyone else, she kind of like changes her perspective.
I think if they weren't opening the cafe together, the Bruja
Yeah,
Cafe,
the
if they weren't opening that together, then I feel like she wouldn't be happy. But because she will be fulfilled.
I mean, like also who wouldn't like running your own business with your best friend?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Plus, she has some potential love interests.
Right.
She does.
She does,
Yes.
which leads us to our last question.
Okay, so are you Team Amir or Team Jay? Or should Lila just stick with the single life?
I think she should stick with the single life for a little bit because she's had like dating, she needs to just like stay single.
I was
for a
gonna
while.
say the same.
You were gonna say the
thing,
same
too.
thing?
I was like, no, I think she should be single.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think she should stay single, but if I were to choose, I think I'm Team Jay.
I'm Team Jay.
Okay,
If I had to pick, it would be Jay.
It would be Jay.
Yeah, I'm
Remember
Team
one
Jay.
of the aunties were like, the lawyer or the
Dentist?
dentist?
And I was like, oh my gosh, why have I heard this before?
Yes, I would agree. Team J out of the two, but I think for a while she needs to enjoy
I think
that
she needs
single
to
life.
Because she's been through some.
A lot of different crazy relationships.
She's been in some pretty bad
Yeah.
relationships.
When the book
you know?
first started and she told us about Sam,
Oh
I was
my-
like, oh my gosh.
And then
that's,
she even
like,
said
fresh.
she stayed with him
Yeah.
after that
Oh,
whole
yes.
thing.
the
And
whole
I'm like,
thing, and I was like,
this girl.
Yeah.
you basically got like a record because of this guy.
Yeah, the reason why I say Team J and not Team Amir is because Amir and Lila have history, and I feel like if something would have happened, it would have happened a long time ago. It feels forced.
Right. Like things
Like, oh,
happen
we're
when
just
they're
supposed to be together because we're
Yeah.
the same age, we have careers now.
Like let's
history.
just
Yeah.
let's just do it just to be together.
So that's why I'm Team J. He's
Yeah.
a fresh
Yeah.
face and Shady
Yeah.
Palms. Aww. I'm so glad you guys liked it because guess what?
There's
a
part
sequel. There's a
I
sequel
know.
to the book Homicide and Halo Halo.
I like that
And
name.
it comes out February 8th next year. So we're
have
going to do
to
another
read
book
it.
review.
Yes.
Cheers!
Cheers, girl.
Another murder mystery.
Okay.